Thank you. Our next holiday beer,
Yes.
which is a Shiner Holiday Cheer.
It's a Spätzle.
Spätzle.
It's a Spätzle.
Outstanding. Let's do.
Spätzle Shiner.
It is
Holiday beer.
brewed
Cheer.
with peaches and pecans.
How about
Jeez.
how about a Christmas toast? What are we toasting, gentlemen?
Here's to dudes like us and good wealth and well-being all across the planet.
Great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah, there you
we
go.
go. And to all of our listeners, Merry
Ooh, I
Christmas
smell
and
peaches
Happy
on that.
New Year. Here we go. This is
in prosperity.
Shiner, you
and
said?
Here's to guidance with our administration, hoping they don't send us into war.
Ooh, that's tasty. That's really good.
It almost is like a.
That's too bad it's
between
seasonal.
a crossbreed between a seltzer and a beer.
That's too bad it's seasonal. I would buy this year round.
It says it's peaches and pecans. Pecans. Ooh, it's a...
That's fantastic.
Pecans and peaches.
Well, I was going to say it's a Bach, but that's what Shiner is. It's a Bach.
It's a Spätzle.
So hold on. What's going on here? Why have you suddenly thought it's important to pour your beer into
let me. Should I get into this?
A glass.
Okay. So if you drink your beer, like our normal beer is like some light lager, something like that.
Yeah.
Drink it out of the can or the bottle is fine. But if you have a Spätzle like this or a Bach,
flavorful beer,
anything with fantastic aromas that you want to accentuate, you need to pour that in a glass.
Interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And here's the thing. Also,
I don't disagree. And I'm doing it as well. I was just curious.
In addition to pouring it into there to exploit some of the aromas, in my opinion, what I like to do is take a stir straw, and kind of spank it a little bit and get the froth up a little bit more. To me, the froth is kind of like the mustard on a hot dog.
What dog?
What dog?
Sauerkraut?
Something like that.
Yes.
Well, plus when you're drinking it, it kind of it gets rid of a lot of the gassiness in there.
Belch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because really, when you stir it up like that and you get the froth going and you break down the CO2 a little bit, it's easier to drink and you can actually taste it. In my opinion, you can taste it a little bit better than with a real bubbly beer. You know.
Yeah, I don't like the flat beer though.
Yeah.
I've had flat beer before. It's no good.
I don't do these seasonal Christmassy beers. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, maybe we add it to our docket. Maybe do they have what's the next season of beer that's going to come out?
Well, I wouldn't mind trying
Valentine's Day beer.
No, I think it's New Year's Eve beer.
Valentine's beer. Well, no, that's
they have a
that'll be this beer. Do they have Easter beers?
Easter beers?
Like
springtime beer? Maybe it's springtime beer.
They have green beer.
That's not flavor.
They've got the St. Patrick's Day Irish beer.
That's just food coloring.
But but they've got the red amber.
So when you
for
puke,
St.
it's just like a green froth everywhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah, kind of a celery.
Yeah, there's lots of green puke when I went to school, just on the streets.
Oh, that's awesome.
Gross.
I really like that. That's
I like
cool.
how they turn the Boston Bay into some green. I mean, how
they do that in Chicago.
They do that in
too.
Chicago too. Yeah, the river there.
How's that not kill? They have fish in there?
They have tremendous
Does
amount
it kill
of
fish?
cancer-causing agents. I'm
sure PETA would just be all over their ass.
Yeah. PETA was in the news recently. What happened? Oh, that fish tank. Did you guys hear about this?
Yes, I did.
Well, I heard about the fish tank. It's a 250,000 gallons in Germany.
Over Berlin.
Oh, my God.
1,800 fish or something like that.
And so PETA was like upset about the 1,500 tropical fish that could not be rescued.
Come on. It was an accident.
I know, but they were really upset.
Well, if they weren't in this tank, they would be alive.
Well, I think they felt like there was not enough mouth-to-mouth being given to the fish that were.
I'm sure when that
could have been saved.
I'm sure when that came down, anybody that was there was like, "Holy S!" and they scrambled.
Oh, it was. I guarantee it was like
250,000 gallons. You can't fathom
it
what
was
that
like
would do. Your pool in your backyard is 10,000,
boom.
right?
Dude, for anybody that was there, and they're so lucky it happened at 6 a.m.
Right.
when people were still sleeping and stuff, and only slightly injured 2 people.
Right.
But it was like a natural disaster type of thing.
It was bad.
I mean, if you're there, you're thinking like the building's coming down. You're thinking
It probably shook the building.
intense, man.
How much does that weigh? It just
Oh,
I mean, did it just all crack at once, or did like half of it open up, or did it
I
just
don't know,
shatter?
But think about the amount of glass. I mean, not just the water.
Well, it wasn't glass; it was a certain kind of polymer because the company that made it is flying over there.
I know, and they're from the U.S.
Yes, it was a U.S. company.
What a nightmare for them.
Yeah, there's a special polymer that they created for this thing.
Apparently very weak.
It didn't last. Just structurally unsound is what it was.
Not good, man.
Well, just think of the pressure. You know, when you go down 10 feet in a pool, it hurts your ears if you're not used to it.
It does.
Can you imagine? And that thing was, what, 50 feet tall?
It was, I think it was even taller than that.
Think of the weight down at the bottom.
I think it was 70 to 80 feet tall.
The pressure down there at the bottom just pushing out.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Somebody probably just bumped it.
I wonder if they have scuba divers in there sometimes to clean it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
of course.
I'm sure if you were in there when that happened.
Oh, wow.
You just go shooting out.
Shooting out the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you there was a guy that was doing like the guys that walk around early in the morning and they got the little
you want to know how much that
around.
weighs? How much water was in there?
I was talking. What's
2
up, bro?
million pounds.
Good Lord.
So
how tall was it?
A gallon of water is 8.34.
Yeah, it's about 8 pounds.
8 pounds in the 250,000 gallons is 2 million pounds. That's insane.
2 million pounds of water.
Of water, just dispersed.
That's not pressure. That's just the weight of the water.
Correct.
So if you were to measure the actual pressure that you were talking about.
Well, the pressure down at the bottom, all
right.
that
That's
weight pushing down, right?
Atmospheric pressure causing that.
The deeper you go, the worse pressure it is. Just crunching you.
Well, I imagine it's 2 million pounds per square inch. I mean, it's 2 million. 2 million is 2 million. Right. So it doesn't matter. I mean, at the top, it's not that much, but you're right. It's compounded, though.
Because it's on top of you.
Interesting. Right? I hadn't thought about that, but the weight of that is 2 million. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. So 1,500 sea creatures is what they said in the article, which kind of made me start to laugh. I was like, "What do they have shrimp in there too?
They could have
shrimp and sea turtles,
sea monkeys."
Sea monkeys.
Some sea anemones.
Dude, what a nightmare, though. I mean, I just can't imagine. Imagine walking on the street outside.
Oh, dude, I would have
6 a.m., right? 6 a.m., you're walking to work.
I would have been scooping up these fish.
Get a spear. Going spearfishing.
I'd be picking these fish up and selling them on the black market. You can imagine all kinds of stuff you get.
You pick up the wrong fish and it's all poisonous.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they have the puffer
fish, the lionfish.
All the world's most dangerous fish. A shark.
They had a great white in there.
Yeah, that was another story that happened this week.
What's that?
Of a husband was scuba diving with his wife, and they're in their 60s, and they're in, I think it was off of Hawaii. And yep, off of Hawaii, and they're snorkeling, and he couldn't find her. He was being circled by a shark, and it left him, and he couldn't find his wife, and it
ate her.
It ate her,
like the entire body, or
they said there was thrashing of a shark in a big red circle of blood. Yeah.
That's terrible.
And the interesting part of the story is they were chastising the authorities and the police were chastising people on social media for misrepresenting what was going on. They made it sound like he had something to do with it, or he was killing his wife, or something weird. And
really?
they were yeah. Woman who disappeared snorkeling with husband was probably eaten by shark.
So they just didn't find her?
They didn't find her.
I'm thinking, sure.
So so her whole body got eaten.
Sure, they did. I mean, you think he just drowned her?
Well, that's what I think. That's what they alluded. The people who were commenting on social media were jumping in and saying a bunch of weird shit, and the authorities were like, seriously, that's the danger of social media. This is not
social media
cool.
Sucks. Well,
they really do.
Well, the sharks out there are tiger sharks, and they do attack. You saw the little surfer girl who got her arm bitten off.
Oh, she's a famous surfer. Yeah.
Yeah, she got her arm bitten off.
Tiger shark.
Tiger sharks are bad out there. That's what.
Are they big enough to eat a person?
Oh yeah, those
like
they get big.
Oh
yeah.
okay.
I saw a killer whale. There was a video that circulated on Instagram.
Attacking a human?
It was as big as a killer whale, and it was up on the really in the shallow water, and it knocked over a guy and enveloped him, just and
Ate
disappeared.
him.
An orca ate a man?
I need to fact check that as I'm saying it, but
Are you sure it wasn't Jonah the whale?
Jonah the whale. Yeah, I haven't heard of that. I know.
No, Jonah and the whale.
I know
the
the-
whale's not named Jonah.
No.
There was a whale that ate Jonah.
Yeah, I know the killer whales will eat great whites.
Really?
Yes, there's footage of that. I saw footage of a pod circling a great white, huge great white, and they ate it.
So that's probably the only predator of a great white.
Correct.
And is there any predator of a killer whale?
I don't
They've
think so.
got to be the top of the food chain.
I think they're the apex.
Yeah, they've got to be.
Yeah,
Other
because
than
they're
humans.
smart. They're smart. Yeah, besides the humans, and they're actually from the dolphin family. They're not
That's right.
whales.
Yeah.
per se.
So interesting, along these lines, do you remember when, let's see, there was a company, a restaurant chain that said they were no longer going to serve a certain type of lobster off the East Coast?
Well, Whole
Because-
Foods said
Whole Foods, that's
said
it,
they will not buy lobster from Maine any longer.
because their fishing methods or the way
the right whale.
right,
They're going to kill right whales, which
is
There was-
total bullshit.
there was no ever history of a right whale dying because of lobstermen.
Yes.
Dude,
and,
that is-
and based on misinformation, they are crushing an industry. Like totally crushing an industry.
Right.
And that's that's their livelihood.
And I read another article where the Biden administration is trying to pass a law that says any boat on the eastern seaboard cannot go any faster than 30 knots.
Oh, because it injures another type of whale.
The right whale.
Oh, the same
It's
whale.
the same whale. And all these fishermen and boaters are like,
That's going
that's dangerous
to
because
screw them.
it's
Yeah.
dangerous because some boats either go faster than that nor the plane, right? To cut through the waves. He goes, if you go 30 knots, you're getting knocked around by the waves.
And it has to do with the size of the boat. Apparently, they
It's
already
30
have that rule in place for
65 and over. I think
Correct.
they're changing it down to 35 feet and over.
That's right. And it's based on ignorance, based on
Yeah, they don't know how boats work.
and they said that there's like 3 confirmed strikes or something.
Yeah,
Like,
or
it's not
30
even-
years or something like
It's
that.
like it's not even a problem.
Right.
They're just catering to hysterical activists,
Correct.
right? That's
Correct.
That's
So
what
we
normally
were
happens.
we
Yeah.
were discussing like the top apex, the predators of the world. So what do you think?
Humans.
Pardon?
Humans were the top
Who do you think? What do you think the top 5 are?
I think
in nature,
Well, it said the top,
not
of-
including us.
top of the food chain. 5 deadly marine predators.
Marine.
Yeah.
Okay. Got to be orca.
well,
the killer whales, right?
killer
right.
whales.
We already just, established that.
Probably like the big blue whale because they just eat thousands of krill, right?
Oh, I guess we count that.
Does anything eat the blue whale?
No.
Is that a predator?
Well, I
Because
mean,
it
then
eats
you're talking
animals,
about
right?
all sorts of whales, right? The sperm whale,
Right.
the minke whale,
Sperm whale.
the right whale.
Jesus.
There
Is-
is a minke whale.
I don't know if the blue whale they're counting that
All
or
right,
not.
no, they're not.
How about
So,
the leopard? How about
Oh,
the
so they're
leopard
not counting whales
seal?
because they eat krill.
Actually, you got it. Leopard seal's one of them. Leopard
Yeah.
seals are quite cute until they open their mouths and their jaws are wide and powerful and are lined with
Yeah,
long
those are
razor
nasty.
sharp teeth.
Yeah, those are nasty
Do
critters.
they attack humans?
They're big
Well,
too.
they tarp everything, but their leopard seals are one of the Antarctic's most ferocious hunters.
Yeah, they're big.
Has there ever been a human
They
attack,
eat like
though?
penguins in one single.
Well, you go swimming in the Antarctic.
And you dress like a seal?
Yeah,
Plus, those leopards, the
A
leopard
penguin,
seals,
I mean?
they top out at 10 feet and they weigh a ton.
yeah, they're big.
That's amazing.
They're big.
But they're only in the Antarctic, or
they're in the Arctic. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're I don't know if they're on both poles, but they're in the Arctic regions.
Wow.
leopard seal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
but they're ranked number 3. So killer whales number 1. Leopard seals are number 3.
Octopus.
I'm sorry, number 4.
Giant squid.
Yeah. So number 2 would be the great
white?
Oh yeah.
What about the Humboldt squid?
So the great white shark, they can
Architeuthis.
smell a single drop of blood floating in 10 billion drops of water. That's retarded. Why would they say
Yeah,
that?
how would they even know how to measure that?
I don't know, 10 billion drops.
of water. Shut the front door.
I mean,
that almost makes, I don't want to read the rest of
Now, is that 10 billion going straight down to the bottom?
Right.
Or is that like right on the surface?
They could detect movement
that's
from as
retarded.
far as away as 820 feet away. And with the powerful streamlined bodies and razor-sharp teeth, great white sharks are as scary as it gets. But
yeah, they are scary.
they can reach up to speeds of 43 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy.
What's the next one in line?
Architeuthis.
I think the Humboldt squid.
I think the
Good guess.
So number 3 would be a polar bear.
That's not marine, though.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's listed on the marine predator list.
Okay, that's also retarded.
They eat seals.
Although
and
polar
penguins.
bears are land mammals, they spend much of their life at sea.
No, I call bullshit on that
That's
list.
total bullshit.
They're incredibly strong swimmers who have been spotted hundreds of miles from land.
Well, the polar bear is apex even more than the humans because they will eat the humans.
They will eat
polar
humans.
bears mainly eat seals, but also munch on belugas, narwhal, bowhead whales, walrus, and sometimes fish.
Damn.
In summer,
Those
when
are
the
big
ice
ass
sea
things you
melts,
just described.
Do
Pardon?
what?
Those are big. The things you
Well,
just
polar
described.
bears get tremendously large.
Wow. But they're
They
not
don't-
marine animals. They're mammals.
I know. That's
Well,
what it's like this.
they're
well, hold
mammals.
on. It clearly says here that although polar bears are land mammals, they spend much of their life at sea.
Okay. All right. So the angle of this is what kills things in the ocean.
Well, it's
They're
the
not
5
marine.
deadly marine predators.
Right.
So what kills
Things
marine?
Marine
animal.
life.
Marine life.
Yeah.
There you go.
Polar bears are number 3. Leopard seals, as we mentioned, are number 4. And weighing in at number 5,
I'm going to go with clams.
women aren't down there. What the hell?
Oh,
Women are-
no, not that kind of clam.
Oh, that's
The
awkward.
bearded clam.
Whoa.
Oh, well, damn! Look at the picture of the polar bear.
Oh shit!
Next to the producer pulled up a picture of a truck,
That's a full-size truck, too.
and polar bear is like standing on its hind legs. It's taller than the truck, like just staring down
Look how
at the driver, like, "Yo, I could pick this fucker up."
look how thick it is.
Thank you.
Oh no! I was looking at the picture of the polar bear, but thank you.
Oh
Jeff.
God, Ralph!
This became really
All
awkward.
right. Well, here in
pants
Victoria,
back
we
on.
regularly see 2 species of sea lions: Steller sea lions and California sea lions. They're number 5, the sea lions. Their only natural predators are killer whales and sharks, making them one of the ocean's top predators.
Pull up a leopard seal, Mr. Producer. I want to see a picture of those things. Paul needs to see one. Because they have spots on them.
Oh, good lord, they do look scary.
Oh wow! Look at that mouth open up. You wouldn't expect that. You're like, oh, look at it, it's so nice.
Oh, look how big it is next to the human.
It looks like
there.
it looks like a walrus with a eel mouth.
Yeah, like a jar. What is it? Is
Yeah.
that right? A jar? It's a very angry looking mouth once it opens up. You're like, holy shit, that is
Yeah.
a predator.
Well, and look at that picture. So that is a scuba diver next to that thing.
Oh
and
yeah,
it is
it
ginormous.
dwarfs the scuba diver.
Holy cow!
And you know, it is just fast and agile in the water, too.
Oh
man.
yeah, it's just like little seals.
Yeah. Shit. There's no way I'd be in that water. Screw that.
No way. Yeah, I'd be out. Interesting. All right, so to review, it was orca, great white. It
Polar
was
bear.
solar. The whatever. What is that? What's that
Leopard
thing?
seal.
Yes, a seal,
Polar bear, and then another seal.
and then another
There you
type
go.
of seal.
Yeah.
Interesting. The Architeuthis wasn't in there, huh?
No, it was not.
I figured like one of the squids, because that Humboldt squid that's off the coast of Mexico and Southern California is deadly. I've watched some films on that, and they're 6 feet long, and they attack. They're like swarms of them.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
So,
thought the jumbo
do you guys want
Louisiana
to?
crawfish.
Do you want to continue this list? I've got the 10 most stunning apex predators around the world.
land-based?
Well, just in general.
All right, let's go. Grizzly bear.
I think polar bear's on there.
Number
It
10.
can't be on the same list.
Number 10 is the Burmese python.
Python.
Python, like constrictors, are primitive and don't kill as venomous snakes do, but they do with biting and releasing venom. Instead, they use constriction.
You know what's weird about that though? You would think you hear stories of pythons eating humans, right? And you're like, they're not fast moving. So you would think you'd be able to get away from it, but I think it bites you.
It bites you, grabs onto you, then wraps you up.
But I think it bites
fast,
you
though.
and makes you like numb, like it shocks you.
But they
can't
are
move.
fast though.
Really?
I mean, they're not fast traveling.
They're not like alligators though.
They can't move from they can't jump at you like 15 feet away. But if you're within striking distance, dude, they can totally.
But do they bite you and make you like?
Do they have a
toxic
venom of
shock?
some sort?
Well,
Yeah, like make you not be able to move.
they're able to consume animals several times their size, including they use constriction.
Yep.
And that's it. And ancient prey killing methods.
Interesting. I would think you'd be able to get away from them.
Well, no, dude. Seriously, have you seen them in the videos where
only in Prosper.
There's videos out that they show them where it's like they come at you, but the other 10 feet is behind you.
Oh.
So I mean,
and it wraps around you.
They hunt.
Yeah.
They hunt. That's what they do.
What about the anaconda?
Well, we'll get that on the list here.
No.
So the number 9
Komodo dragon.
Don't tell me the top 8 are snakes.
is tiger.
Number 9 is
man-eating tiger.
Yeah, big cats are top apex predators due to their large size, sharp teeth, claws, powerful bodies, and hunting skills.
Nice.
When they pounce, they'll bite animals' necks or throat. Animals they prefer to eat weigh up to 45 pounds.
Yeah,
more
they
like
choke you out,
deers,
right? They bleed. They grab
horses,
your throat.
cows. Yeah, they basically just bleed them out.
Yeah,
you know?
they puncture your jugular and bleed you out and then eat you.
Look at that footage with the guy down there standing.
Ooh,
What would he do if that tiger?
I've never seen a tiger that big before.
Yeah. Do you want?
Dude, his forearm is on his shoulder.
Let me eat your head.
Is he feeding him with a bottle?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Is that
Probably
beer?
I was thinking like a beer.
It's probably some sort of Christmas Shiner beer.
Could be a bottle of vodka. I mean, look at the nuts of that thing. Just kind of.
Yeah, some big nuts.
Look at his arm.
Maybe he's a little person.
Yeah, really. Look at that arm. That arm is like, holy shit, man.
Damn. That's crazy. All right, what's next on the
This next one is going to be shocking.
tarantula?
Bald eagle.
What?
The bald eagle, national symbol for several countries, popular for its appearance representing beauty, freedom, and dignity.
Only the U.S.
As one of the top apex predators, the bald eagle is the largest raptor in North America. Conservation efforts brought it back from extinction.
Big time.
It's
really doing well.
Living near bodies of water, it hunts fish, water, birds, and small mammals, but also eats carrion, steals, and often bird prey.
Dude, it is scary looking, man. Look at that.
Well, they're vicious. They can pick up a small child easily. I mean, they're used to carrying away small deer and.
Well, I saw a picture
Hold
of it
on.
carrying a
Small
full-size
deer.
deer.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
A lot of photos. I don't believe a lot of shit on the internet anymore.
Yeah, I'm not buying the small deer thing. Maybe one of those little tiny little dogs, like in that show, The Proposal. They're ferocious looking, man. Look at that wingspan. All right, so what else is on the list?
holy shit.
Yeah, we're being amazed by these natural predators.
Predator.
My screen
Get
logged.
to the chopper.
I'm here, kill me.
Get to the chopper.
I
All
watched
right,
that
so
recently.
number
by the
7
way.
is the polar bear.
It was
We've
so
already gone
good.
over that. Polar bear. Number 6 is the killer whale, which is the orca.
orca.
Number 5, the praying mantis.
Get shot.
Those are
Come
hardcore
on.
killing machines.
Well, to kill their mates.
Yeah, they eat the head.
Yeah, they eat the head.
At the top of the apex predator list for
It's retarded.
insects, the praying mantis is the most stunning. Not only for its name for looking like it's praying, but also it's brutal. You can easily take down beetles, crickets, flies, bees, wasps, lizards, frogs. With its spiny forelegs, lightning fast speed, and voracious.
I had one
appetite.
of these when I was growing up.
As a pet.
No, it was in our yard.
He'd walk around on a leash.
Look at this one on the left. Holy shit! There was one in the yard, and it was about that big,
Wow.
and it latched onto my fingers with its two little
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
claws.
It
Yeah.
adheres, and it's there.
Did it
And
hurt?
I couldn't get it off. Yeah, it hurt. I was probably 10.
Oh,
I
it
was
was
just like, what the hell?
It was
Did
stinging
you torch it?
No, I didn't torch it.
So hold on. It was like, but it didn't puncture the skin.
Yeah, it's got little
Well, barbs that
poke
will.
things.
So it literally made you bleed?
Had little holes in me. Yeah.
Damn.
It didn't sting, but it was
Well-
it was grabbed onto it, right? And I was 10. I was
Did you
freaking
tear
out.
its head off?
I was like, what the hell? And
So
ate it.
they
Ate the
have
head.
amazing
you ate it.
vision.
I threw it down like bitch.
They can turn their heads a
Nice.
full 180 degrees,
Yeah, I like that. Very
closely
aggressive.
related to termites and cockroaches. Although praying mantis are normally harmless to humans, females,
Unless you're a 10-year-old boy and
Unless you're
they
a
latch
10-year-old
onto
boy.
your finger.
And a pansy.
Yeah.
have been known to consume their milk.
Mom! Mom!
I was in the front yard. And the neighbor lady saw me with this damn thing on my finger, and she came and helped me.
She ran over and tackled you and then ripped the thing off of you and ate it?
She did. She just made me make a fist, and I smashed it.
Number 4,
That's awesome.
I don't know if this is racist or not to say.
Oh, God. Here we go. Another edit.
Black bear.
It's a black widow.
Oh,
Why
it's
is that racist?
No, it's a brown widow.
I mean,
They're
everything
saying
is.
it wrong. Brown widow, black
I sent
recluse.
you guys a story today. Did you read it?
No.
read most of them.
About
I don't think so.
these colleges who
Oh, yeah.
are banning words.
Yeah, you like a
yeah,
brown bag.
Yeah, I didn't
Like,
read
the-
it. What?
There was one little part in there. It said like we're now banning the people that have like the brown bag or the brown sack. What is it called?
Brown
Sack
bag
lunch?
lunch.
brown bag.
Yeah, brown bag
lunches.
Yeah, they're
because
frickin-
it's a brown bag.
get the fuck
Yes.
out of here. I mean, you go to a grocery store.
Okay, that's that was
fuck
really
outta here.
that was
Yes.
for real.
Yes, 100%.
We're no longer calling things brown bag lunches.
No.
I
You can't.
can't. I can't.
It's
I
a
can't.
brown
I can't
paper
do this.
sack. That was the spirit of the whole fucking. You know what? Hey, stop.
Yeah, I can't. do
Black
this.
widow. All right, the black widow spider is deceptive size 1.5 inches, and its venom is 15 times deadlier than the rattlesnake.
Wow.
What is this?
The black widow.
Black widow.
15 times deadlier than a rattlesnake.
And they're not that big either.
And they're here. I've had them in my garage.
Well,
I
they're
know.
a size of 1.5 inches, so they can be big.
yeah, they get.
But that's
Well,
like
they
the-
can be big, but they don't have to be big.
well, it's that bulbous thorax. It's just like throbbing
I know.
over with venom.
throbbing.
Throbbing.
Fuck out of here.
Throbbing.
Right.
You and your soft porn.
They are scary looking, man.
Yeah, I've had.
Look at that
I've
the
had,
little hourglass shaped thing next to a penny.
I've had multiple of these in my garage.
And you know what's crazy? There are other spiders that are black with red bellies that are not the black widow. You know what I'm talking about? It has to be a certain design of that stupid hourglass
Well,
thing.
it looked like that.
I know, right? And then you're like supposed to know the difference.
Here, let me have you bite me.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
trust you.
I kill all spiders I see. Period.
Coming at number 3, it's the crocodile.
There you go.
Specifically, the saltwater crocodile. It's a large crocodile and the largest living reptile around, and is listed as the least concern on the IUCN Red List. I don't know what that is. It's also likely to win a fight against its cousin, the regular alligator. So,
Yeah, crocodiles are seawater. Alligators are freshwater.
Correct.
although females are much smaller, males grow up to 23 feet in length, weigh up to 2,200 pounds. The average adult crocodile's teeth number 66 and have the greatest bite pressure of all animals, while its average lifespan is 70 years.
Yeah. Have you seen the
Wow.
video?
That's
I
crazy.
saw. What was it? Look at that thing.
Oh
Look at that.
my!
Did you see the
Fuck,
video?
man. Can you imagine
where-
that thing coming at you?
No.
No.
That's like Indiana Jones shit guarding the treasure.
Well, did you see the video? There's
Yeah.
this guy in a swamp, and someone's filming him, and he's trying to trigger this thing, and it's underwater. It's got like the green algae over the top, so you couldn't see. And he threw this piece of meat or a rock in there. All of a sudden, you see this huge swell coming towards him,
Wow.
and this it's about that damn big comes bursting out of the water at this guy, and he runs off. And it's amazing. footage.
shit running down his leg.
Well, it's one of these crocodile guys, who
So they are like they know what they're doing.
yeah,
and-
kind of
Well,
whatever,
I mean,
right? And it was,
Until they get eaten.
but
Right.
it was completely calm piece of water, and he threw something in there. I don't know if it was a rock or something, and it was just and he was smacking the water or something. All of a sudden, just swell, huge crocodile
Wow.
comes bursting out of the water
With his mouth open,
yeah.
like just trying to kill
then-
the shit out of him.
Yeah, trying to get him.
So
It
Damn.
was amazing footage. I'll see if I
People
can find
die
it.
every year
as
from
a
alligator
top
attacks.
apex predator, it attacks prey including like crabs, birds, turtles, boar, monkeys, and buffalo.
Birds.
Hunting by stealth,
How
mind you,
can-
which
how
is
can it
what
be-
Jeff was referring to.
Yeah, how can it be fast enough to kill a bird? That's crazy.
I think it's like just fast twitch, boom.
Yeah, they're like sitting in the water and
Yeah.
bam.
Yeah. So Jeff already mentioned this.
That'd be a horrible way to die.
Number 2 is the Komodo dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Those are
the
nasty.
largest living lizard on Earth, measuring up to 10 feet in length, 200 to 360 pounds in weight.
Yep.
I've
seen those before. I lived in that
That
country.
it's interesting though. So I mean, I'm looking at those. Yeah, that's pretty fucking big. But I mean, are those big enough to eat a human?
They will.
If you let
They
them
will
get-
eat you.
Yeah.
Not in one bite, but they will eat you, and their saliva is poisonous. And
Yeah,
their
it's venomous. So they got
Yeah.
venom and per. That's crazy. It can
Yeah.
eat 80% of its body weight in just single feeding.
I think they're so basically they will kill you and just munch on you.
Right.
Is what's going to happen.
So those are the ones that
Native
they
to
poison
Indonesia.
you, and then that keeps you from running away.
Correct. And I think it breaks down your body as
Yeah,
well.
they call it carrion, CARRION,
Correct.
and it's essentially just carcass. You know,
yeah, they
just-
like eating dead things, but
Yeah.
they could eat if they catch live things as well. Obviously, they do.
Yeah, frequent fatalities from their attacks in their native Sunda island of Indonesia inspired a kill-on-site practice, which is made vulnerable. In other words, well, hold on, it says which made it vulnerable as it has been banned from being hunted. Wow, look at that picture there.
The
You know what?
big
That
ass.
looks actually kind of pretty with the scales like that
Yeah.
when it's not attacking you.
I mean, you can definitely see dinosaur in that, right? When you
Oh,
look at
absolutely,
alligators or
man.
crocodiles or Komodo dragon, or you can definitely see dinosaurs, in my opinion.
That's amazing. All right, and the number one.
right, here we go.
What do you think the number one is,
The grizzly bear.
Jeff?
Humans.
The top apex predator in the world is the wolf,
The wolf.
which was an easy choice. Hypnotic eyes, gorgeous fur, haunting howl, make it a jaw-dropping, astonishing for anyone fortunate enough to catch a glimpse of one. This pack animal lives and hunts in a pack anywhere. Oh, man. Stupid ad word popped up in front of my reading. Lives in
Interesting.
packs anywhere up from 2 to 15 wolves. And, they're led by an alpha male and alpha female, making it especially powerful in numbers.
They are pretty.
That is surprising, though, as far as apex. But if you consider that you're not considering that they're a predator of one. They're they're a predator of a pack.
It's a pack attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're especially powerful in numbers.
They're very similar to coyotes, aren't they? Very similar, except that coyotes are much leaner, I guess, and smaller, maybe. You know what's crazy? I was helping my son move out of his apartment not too long ago, and we were leaving his apartment, driving through the parking lot, and there was a coyote running across his parking lot in his apartment.
Did you shoot it?
No, I didn't. But I was like stunned.
You taunt it?
It's amazing where you can find coyotes in the urban life, urban world.
Well, where are they going to go? I mean, there's
Yeah, they're being
coyotes out there, so
right,
they
they're
got to
being
go somewhere.
displaced, right? Yeah.
No, they are being displaced. I mean, they've got new developments popping all over. I mean, you and I
Yeah.
were driving to the barbecue joint up in McKinney, the corner. What is it called? Corner Farms.
Corner store.
Mm,
Corner store farm.
there you go. Corner Store Farms.
Right.
And it's a great little barbecue shack at the in McKinney. I'd recommend everyone go there. Buy your
Sounds tasty.
beef, top notch beef there.
Yeah.
And while driving out there, we were just like, "Holy crap, man!" I mean, they're there are places being developed as we speak, just waiting to start slapping houses down there.
Yep.
And there's lives,
More and
there's,
more cars.
there's animals that are out there. They got to go somewhere, and they're like, where the fuck are they going to go? They're all pushing, and they're all being forced out. So they
Those coyotes still live around here.
I know.
Yeah.
Packs of them.
In
And
fact,
bobcats.
the people always like. I mean, it's always funny on Nextdoor app,
Oh, he's
their
a
community
bobcat.
app. Oh my God, did you see that? There's some coyotes out there.
No, they say wolf.
A wolf.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
a wolf. A
And
great
then
white wolf.
Someone usually chimes in there. I think you're referring to a coyote.
Right.
Yeah.
No wolves here. They're
Yeah.
Sparky.
People are crazy.
So that is interesting. We were talking about the Christmas, and it is Christmas time. It's December 20th. It's Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean,
I am Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
and we're fucking 45 minutes into the second half,
know.
and we just announced that.
I know, and we haven't even talked about the bourbon.
I haven't talked about the bourbon,
or
man,
our
so-
Christmas beers.
No,
Christmas
Dudes Like
beers.
Us, we bring on this podcast so that we can chat with Dudes Like Us around the world about things that Dudes Like Us are interested in, hopefully.
And our bourbon, I enjoyed the Apex Predator. That was kind of cool. That was unexpected. And to get back to the bourbon, though, we are enjoying.
Rebecca.
Was the Lion on the list?
No.
Negative.
Really?
King of the Jungle wasn't there.
Interesting.
Well, most of them are hand fed now.
But
They
you got to
stopped
think about it.
hunting.
Lion isn't necessarily a predator. I mean, he's not like
Oh,
a.
yeah, they are.
Sure.
You
They go
think?
around
They hunt
eating all
prides.
sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they
maybe
didn't
the
make the
women,
list.
lioness,
Yeah, the ladies hunt.
and so they just give it to the lion.
What about the cheetah or the jaguar? Why aren't they top predators?
I didn't make the list.
What's the criteria?
They have
I didn't read the fine print.
right. They have to eat at least 10 animals per hour.
Right. So anyway, this bourbon that we're drinking, we revisited
Yeah.
one of our older ones. We actually finished it. We added about 2 ounces, ounce and a half into our Infinity bottle.
And this is a local to Texas.
Texas,
Rebecca's
yeah.
Creek.
Rebecca's Creek 10-year,
Very nice.
which we really, really enjoyed the first time because we got down to maybe over half of it gone. So we only had it one time. So we went back for more.
It joined the infinity bottle
It
tonight.
Yeah, it did. I'm very excited about that Infinity bottle. It's 2/3 full right now.
I know, we're getting there. And this is good. I think we got this one earlier on in our bourbon adventure, and it's, 91 proof? Is that what we said? 94 proof?
I think it's 90,
It was
but it doesn't matter.
it was a
It's
pew
around
over.
90,
In the
91,
90s.
whatever.
Yeah. Definitely in the low 90s.
And I enjoy it, but again, we all notice that it's the proof does play a factor in this.
Yeah, it's extra. Well, because it's not as hot, it's easier to drink, which
It
makes it more
smooth.
susceptible. So you're able to taste things a little bit more without the toxicity of the heat.
Right.
Right.
I put this one on par with, I think I said it before we started, with what we had prior, flavor-wise.
It's good.
It's some different flavors, but as far as the thickness and the flavораbles, I made that word up.
Yeah, that's
So, but it says it's like accents with trail mix, which I think it is. Trail mix, like nutty. I think nutty is right on because it does taste like almonds. You know,
Where do you see that?
I smell
under
the
flavor on the
Oh,
left.
same as aromas with accents of trail mix.
trail mix.
Is that like the Rocky Mountain Trail mix, or
That doesn't
I'm just
make
thinking
it
like a
There's multiple
handful,
trail
a
mix.
mouthful of nuts. No, Paul.
Right.
No, Paul.
right.
Jesus, not your salty wonders.
No, I'm focused on the aroma where it says toasted coconut.
What was this?
Oh.
So
Williamsburg?
that's right on par with
Williamsburg.
old Williamsburg.
and chocolate frappe? A frappe. Why that? Why a chocolate frappe?
With toffee chips and toasted coconut.
It's crazy.
Again,
It's a little
I know.
flamboyant.
It's
huh?
over the top.
very specific.
I like how the smoothest, like, it's tingling.
Tingling. Right.
Enjoying cocktails, neat and on the rocks. All right, look, Rebecca's Creek 10-year, highly recommended.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I mean, look, seriously, any bourbon that is sitting for 10 years is going to have a fantastic flavor.
It should. Yeah.
It should.
It should, yeah. Not all, but it should.
Yeah, so yeah, I recommend this one. We haven't had the regular Rebecca's Creek, so we don't know how that is, but definitely recommend.
Yeah, we're snobs.
Definitely recommend the 10-year.
And this is from San Antonio.
Yeah, and I may even recommend this over what we had before, because that
The
was
Wyoming.
Yeah, that was such a high proof for not the flavor that I was expecting.
Right.
You know, if I'm drinking something high proof, I'm going to sip on it for a long time. I want something that has a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, agreed.
You know,
And this a winner.
You brought up. Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Before we jump ship, I was about to change that, but we have another beer. I mean, the first half we talked about a Christmas beer. We have a second Christmas beer, and did we talk about the Spätzle?
Yeah, we did. We talked about Shiner.
Very quickly, actually, we did. Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say because I remember saying Spätzle over and over. Spätzle,
Yes.
Spätzle.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Anyways, you were talking about earlier the at the college how they're trying to come up with words you can't say.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's similar to what you can't say today, like on TV and sitcoms. You know, I think about, you know, when we grew up, there's stuff that we could totally say, like the Archie Bunkers, all in the family, or you know, Archie Bunker got away with saying all kinds of horrible stuff. Even I don't even know if I don't think he ever said the N-word, but he would allude to it. And then you had George Jefferson that was featured on that show, and they had a spinoff called The Jeffersons, which was hilarious.
Which I watched. I never watched All in the Family, but I watched the shit out of the Jeffersons.
And the Jeffersons were great. I mean, you know what? Because I'll tell you what, one thing that was fantastic about the Jeffersons, I mean, first of all, it was a great show. Second of all, they introduced interracial marriage.
They had Wheezy.
Well, Wheezy was George's wife,
Yeah,
but then they had
Wheezy.
Larry. I think Larry was a white guy, and he was married to Wheezy's friend.
Correct.
And Wheezy's friend was black, and Wheezy was like, "Hey, George, you got to meet Wheezy."
Well, the white guy wasn't he British?
Yes.
Was he an old British dude? Or I say old. He was old to me back then. I don't know how.
Right. He's our age.
He was probably in his 30s.
Right.
Franklin Covers his name. Thomas Willis was the
Called him Willis, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he would. And Wheezy's friend was Roxy, Helen Willis. And, you know, so Wheezy was introducing, she was like, hey, well, Wheezy, Helen's going to bring over her husband. And George didn't know he was white.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, what is this? Oh, man, that was a hilarious show. I love the Jeffersons, man. But the All in the Family, you know, I watched tons of it. I didn't really like it that much. You know, I remember the Meathead son and the
Well, that guy today is still a fucking meathead. Carl Reiner.
What does that mean? Meathead, like
stupid dumbass.
Oh, I thought
his character's name in the show was Meathead, and the actor who played him, Carl Reiner, is a complete nut job.
You mean Rob Reiner?
Or Rob Reiner? Yeah, not Carl Reiner. Yeah, Rob Reiner. He is a whack job, hardcore lib, just spouting off all kinds of
he's still
crazy
on Twitter.
shit.
Rob Reiner is?
Yeah.
Yes, hardcore.
Oh, he's the director guy.
Well, he is, but
He
he was
is.
also the meathead on All the Family. Then you have Sally Struthers, she was just like, oh my gosh, she had that one channel where she was begging for money for, oh my God, was it kids or for pets?
Oh, for like
or Africa,
humanitarian causes or whatever. Yeah.
And look, I get it. You know, I don't want to like slam it, but at the same time, I'm like, God bless, man. It was heart wrenching every time that came on because it was kind of like a Sarah McLachlan
right.
song.
They would show the little pathetic animal.
Yeah,
shivering
I don't
in the
want
cold.
to. Yeah, I don't want to see the part dead dog in the cage.
Right.
Here, take all my life savings so that dog will live.
Yeah, but I love Edith and Archie Bunker. They were just fantastic.
So Edith's voice. Come on, Archie.
Oh, Archie.
And what's crazy, she did not talk
It's
like
so
that.
painful
So
to
she
hear you
had
do that. Yet it's so damn close. Anyway,
I love how they sing the introduction of
The
the
theme
song with the
song.
little theme, the piano playing.
Right.
come and knock on my door.
No, that's Three's Company.
That's-
Jack
God.
Black.
I keep getting that wrong.
Yeah. What the thing is that they would say stuff back then that you can't get away with now. I mean, Three's Company is probably
Oh,
similar.
they
They had a
pushed
bunch
the-
of gay.
Oh, they push the envelope
innuendos,
big time.
You know.
Well, you could do that now because John Ritter's character would act very flamboyant when needed because his character was supposed to be gay. That's why he was allowed to live with two women.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he couldn't live there. Right.
Otherwise, he couldn't live there. So
right.
whenever the landlord was there, he got all flamboyant and stereotypical gay.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
if that happened today, I think you'd be the Twitter mob would go nuts.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays that would be considered off limits simply because, they would be complaining about how a gay man can't be, can't be free to be himself. Well, no, I don't know what I'm trying to say. That they're just making an issue out of it, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
You know what?
And they're making fun of it, maybe.
Well, I don't think they're making fun of it. I just think that they were making an excuse. They were just three people that wanted to save money and live it together. They're like, hey, well, you're not a bad guy. You're a cook and stuff like that. And it just worked out for them. And, based on the show, they never intermingled or anything like that. They always respected each other. And it was, even though there was a lot of stuff that is really kind of inappropriate that you would never do. I would never do as a roommate because I thought it was kind of good because you had John Ritter as Jack Tripper,
right,
and you had and Joyce DeWitt played Janet Wood in there, and then the other blonde started off as Suzanne Summers as Chrissy Snow.
Yeah, she was great.
And Chrissy Snow lasted a couple years, and
she played a great dimwit.
She did.
She was just
up until
dumb
the point
bricks.
where she was. She got mad, and look, and here's where some feminist attention would be appreciated because she wanted more money. She was kind of like, I want to get paid like the rest of the guys are.
Right.
I want my equal share because we're all part of the show, and it seems fair.
It does.
And they were like,
back then.
All
that's
right,
not how it was.
Welcome the new star, Priscilla Barnes, who will be playing Terry Aiden. And she took Suzanne Summers' job over because she wanted more money. She was like, hey, man, people are tuning in for me. Then you also have the Larry Dallas. Remember him, the guy with the frizzy hair would come in.
The hairy
he was like,
chest.
hey, how you doing? We going to the bar?
He was like the gigolo, right?
Yeah, he had the little necklace that popped down.
He was the Quagmire of the Three's Company.
Right.
Then after Priscilla Barnes burnt out, they brought in another blonde, and she was Cindy Snow, which
these like porn names.
I think she was Suzanne's
stripper
she was
names.
Chrissy's sister, Cindy. So because Chrissy was Chrissy Snow, and then there was Cindy Snow. They were sisters, and it was for as far as the show goes. But the actress was John Lee Harrison. And then you have Norman Fell, who played Stanley Roper. You know what they don't have on here?
Don.
Oh, there you go. Don Knotts. Ralph Furley. Mr. Furley.
He was on first, right, for the first year.
Yeah, he was the first one on.
He was the over
original.
The top. His little the way he, like, you know what I'm talking about?
His eyes would all bug out.
Oh yeah, his shocked reaction was so over the top.
But he would make fun of the gay people, and even though he looked the most flamboyant on the show, he was talking about.
He had the big colorful
he's
scarves,
one of
right?
those guys, and he would like, and we're like, what?
He was probably gay. His character was probably gay, is what it was.
He's slobbing somebody's knob. And then Norman fell Stanley Roper in Helen Roper, the
Such
Audrey
violence.
Lindley.
Yes. Yeah, seriously.
What?
Nothing. Let's just move on. Yeah. Yeah. Good call. There were a lot of good shows back in those days. I mean, what were the years that Three's Company ran?
Late 70s to early 80s.
Mid 70s.
It was 8 seasons. Started in 77.
77. That's so late.
Well, we gave up. We watched the first probably 4 or 5. Then once they started rotating the people, we kind of gave up on it as a family.
As a family?
Yeah,
you watched it as a family?
Well, we watched it as a family.
Oh, wow.
And
they had a lot of spinoffs.
They
really?
did?
I don't remember any spinoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I think they did.
Happy Days had some. They had a couple.
77. Wow, that's late.
Happy Days had Laverne and Shirley and Mork and Mindy.
So when was Gilligan's Island and
that was the late 60s and 70s.
So they had two
McHale's
spinoffs.
Navy.
They had
That
two
was the
spinoffs
60s,
called
I
The
think.
Ropers and then There's a Crowd.
I remember the Ropers. I don't
you're
think
right.
I don't think we
Three's
watched
a
it.
Crowd. Three's a Crowd.
I definitely remember the Ropers.
Three's a Crowd was.
But none of them were as successful, of
No,
course.
Three's
you would
a
expect
Crowd.
them to be.
Who's in Three's a Crowd?
Was John Ritter, Alan Campbell, and Mary colder edge.
Oh, so it was 2 guys and a girl this time.
Oh, so John Ritter
Um,
was still in that one?
Yeah.
guess.
Did you say
well,
John Ritter?
You know what? It's like Three's a Crowd was preceded the Three's Company. Because what did I say? Three's Company started in '87, right? No,
77.
'70s. I'm sorry, I misspoke. Yeah, so Three's a Crowd was a spinoff. Technically, it did one season. It was a one and done.
I don't think I watched that one.
Yeah, it didn't go
Jack
well,
Tripper
though.
falls in love with Vicky Bradford, and they move in together, and that was this spinoff. The final episode was in '85.
No.
I'd never heard of it, so you know.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I recall the name. I didn't watch it.
It said, why did Three's a Crowd get canceled? The series originally planned to star Richard Klein, reprising his role of Larry from Three's Company 76. Klein was then offered a recurring role in the series, which he turned down. The show was canceled to make room for Different Strokes. With,
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes.
With Gary Coleman, Todd
That
Bridges,
one
and
was good.
Well, a few of those characters went wheels off.
oh my God, all of them died.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah, the girl died.
Oh, that was like one of those curses. Everybody on that show
Yeah,
died type of thing.
She I think it was drugs, wasn't it?
she was just in a bad place. Drugs and it's just a hard life.
Yeah, she didn't last very long.
I'm telling you, man, when you
She
become
died
a
young.
child actor in Hollywood, it usually doesn't end well.
Is Todd Bridges still alive?
No.
He
You know what? I don't know. I don't think so, though.
I don't know. I know he struggled as well because basically after Different Strokes was done, his career was almost.
No, he's alive.
And that was the whole. What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, that was Gary Coleman saying
he was
that.
born in
Right.
'65. He's about 5 years older than us. Imagine that.
Yeah,
He's 57 currently.
yeah. So then you had Mr. Drummond, and I don't remember the maid's name, but she had a spinoff herself.
It was
God, what was her name?
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. Miss Garrett. Is that her name?
So what do you do? What do you do when you're one of these child actors and you peak
Charlotte Ray.
Right.
early? You
That's-
peak early like that, and
You
you
do-
have immense fame.
I think you have to have.
And then where you go from there?
I think some figure it out. I think what you have to do is you go.
I mean,
I'm done. I'm stepping away.
you
And I'm gonna have my life.
And then you become but you stay in the business. You got to stay in the business.
Well,
Oh,
no.
what are you gonna do? You can become a manager at Kroger.
Well, no.
I mean,
some
that's
of
not
these
what
folks.
they do.
Some of these folks go to school. Like there's some folks who get out and they go to school and get a job.
Look at
And they
Drew
get
Barrymore.
jobs.
She was a child actress. I mean, she came up. What was the first movie she was in?
She was in E.T. or Firestarter or something like that.
Firestarter. I believe it was like one
she
of the
was
first
in,
ones.
She had Cujo.
She was in oh gosh, E.T.
Well, that's what I said. E.T.
Oh, you said E.T.
Well, I
already.
mean, she was in the Charlie's Angels, E.T., first 50 Dates, Scream,
Oh, that's much later. Yeah.
Blended. I mean, but let me see here. The first one's 99, 2003.
She was a little tiny
A
girl.
Firestarter, I think, was the first one. I mean,
That's a Steve King book
yeah.
movie.
So she started off in doing
She was a nut job.
Firestarter
She
It's
was
all right.
an
And then she was in
amazing
Cat's
child
Eye.
actress.
in '85, the year afterwards, and then in '86 she was in Babes in Toyland. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I never heard of that one.
one.
Yeah, Far From Home in '89.
Was she nude?
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
Well, she was of age back then.
Oh,
At
never
that
mind.
point.
Was she?
No, she was not nude.
Oh,
She's
okay.
never done a nude.
Well, she flashed. What's his name?
Yeah,
the,
but
the
that was
talk
a
show
live-
host,
Yeah, well, I mean, she could do that. But
David
it wa-
Letterman. Remember,
Do you
she
think
jumped
she
up
was
on
really
his
nude?
jumped up on his
Yeah, I remember
desk
that.
and lifted her shirt and flashed him away from the camera. You don't remember that?
No.
I remember that.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything for me. I mean, I was happy for Dave, and I'm sure Dave was happy.
He was very
and,
happy.
You know, he was like,
He's
you
like,
know,
I'm glad I'm sitting down behind the desk.
yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting down.
Well, the desk went boom, boom.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it lifted. You don't.
Well,
you
she
remember
had
that?
she had some
No, I
struggles.
didn't see that.
She had some struggles through the teenage years. From what I remember.
She did, but
I
you know,
would
she kept it
imagine.
quiet,
Yeah.
and it was.
She
it-
persevered,
it was-
man.
yeah, that's really the thing about it. She did persevere, and I'm sure she's got a lot of skeletons because she's still single. You know, she went out with that one guy, Tom Brown, Tom something.
Tom Berenger.
That's what I was
No,
going to say.
not Tom Berenger. He had
Damn.
a really
Tom
Green,
Cruise?
Tom Green or something like that.
Oh, Tom Green.
Remember him?
Yes.
No,
And-
who? Tom Green.
He's a comedian, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he's a comedian, very kind of weird guy, eccentric, but he was whatever. They got along. It doesn't really fucking matter. She was happy with
She
him
has
for
her
a
own
while.
talk show now, doesn't
As
she?
she just did. She started off about this past year. She had a new talk show. I mean,
Good for her.
I would watch it. I mean, I'm not totally against it as long as she don't get too woke on it. And
I think she's very authentic. You know what I mean? What you see is what
yeah,
you
I
get
can
with
see
her.
that.
when you
And that's
say
rare.
that, and you know what I like, what she brings to the table. She's not the typical fit star.
Right.
It's kind of like that singer from the coattails of
Adele.
no the Kelly Clarkson. She's got a kind of a show too. Kelly Clarkson's overweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's
Drew Barrymore's, she's overweight.
Right.
She's real. That's a
compared,
real person.
Yes, compared
You
to
know-
the standard, the Hollywood.
Yeah, it's kind of like this
Supermodel
cliche. You got to
standard.
be at this level, And I don't want to glamorize the fact that people are overweight and obese and think that that's a great thing to do. But
It's body positivity.
but the
Yeah.
thing is that you know what? I think a
It's
normal
refreshing. It's
human
refreshing.
being isn't ripped and cut like that. A normal human being, there are guys out there that are super fucking healthy that are overweight that are
Right.
far healthier than guys that are ripped.
Yeah, they're not. What do you
Actually,
call them?
bodybuilders are not very healthy at all.
Right. They're
yeah.
frumpy. They're frumpy. They're not overweight. They're not like, fat, whatever. They're just frumpy. Most people are frumpy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But not dudes like me.
Not like dude like me either.
We're just fat.
You and I are.
Yeah.
Paul's getting there.
I'm getting there. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gaining weight. I'm trying to play more basketball. It doesn't seem to be making a difference. It's that whole
Age thing.
metabolism thing.
Yes, it
Wow.
hits all of us.
Well, you know
What
what?
the
I'd like
hell,
to say
man?
it's linked to the testosterone that we were
It does.
referring to all the time. But I don't take testosterone,
Yeah.
and you both do.
Yeah. That's why we're ripped.
So I'm like, does that mean if
I'm-
I start taking it, I'm going to lose weight?
I'm chiseled.
I don't know.
It-
My
it-
insurance kicks in. I may
Well, it doesn't-
experiment with that.
it doesn't. Just taking it doesn't make you lose
No,
weight.
you still have to exercise.
Yeah,
you
you
still
have
have
to
to eat
exercise.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it gives
Oh.
you a little bit of an emotional oomph, I believe. A mentality.
It makes you clearer in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You'll be able to pay attention more. Makes you clear in the head. It makes you just feel better. I think.
Yeah.
Because when your testosterone's low, I was tired all the time.
Right.
I'd sit at my desk, kind of, and it wasn't bad, but I could tell a difference, right? And it's natural for your body to have a certain amount of testosterone in you, and what do they call it? HRT, hormone replacement therapy.
Right.
I think it's come a long way, and I think what you don't want to do is go to one of these testosterone only places
Yep.
because they will jack you full of testosterone
Oh man.
big time.
I know.
Because
Well, they give you one shot a month.
yeah, and your testosterone is like through the roof, and you are like in an entire erection all month, which you
Right.
may like,
Or-
but
or-
it's
No,
bad
I
for your
won't, 'cause
body.
it
Or
won't-
hormonal rage.
Yeah,
Right?
it's bad for
See
you.
that won't work in my house because the testosterone that rate has to match my wife, and my wife, good God, I mean, like most cliche women.
Right.
Come on, man.
No, but what it will do is get you some energy back, get you some focus back.
Yeah.
And it will help with weight loss,
Our
but
poor producer.
but you
Yeah.
have
He's
to.
like, I don't want to
He's-
hear this kind
In
of
case
stuff.
you guys don't know, our producer is my son, and he's got to endure a lot of these conversations.
I banged his mom all night.
Oh,
God.
okay, nobody said that.
Yeah,
Well,
what
Blue
the
Sean
hell,
is.
man?
Nobody said that.
Sean did.
Wow.
God, I'm so excited! It's Christmas.
I know, right? I'm glad you got out of the fuck it.
Did you buy all kinds of presents?
Well, yeah. Well, you did get I got out of the fuck it today for sure. But yeah, I mean, we bought some presents. I don't think it's I mean, it is. I think everyone's gonna be happy. I mean, there's so much going on. I think.
What are your plans for Christmas Day? Are you going to see family, or
No, we're staying at the house.
is your in-laws coming in and your parents coming in?
They are. Yes.
That's good.
My parents have been ill with COVID. I don't think I
Lord.
shared that, but they're bad. My dad was like, "This sucks," and I was at their house.
And now
Oh,
you're
great.
here. Great.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for disclosing that
That
information
was 2
now.
weeks ago. You
I'm gonna go
fuck.
put on a cloth mask.
Yeah, but we've seen you like every other day for the last 3 weeks.
Whatever, man. It's not. I look. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it.
Yeah,
Period.
I
I
agree
mean, I
with
don't
that.
give a fuck.
I don't.
mean,
I'm not going to live in fear anymore. No
yeah,
way.
It's just ridiculous. I see these people wear masks, and I'm like, you're an idiot. You know, they've got videos out there with Dr. Dick in the Mouth Fauci saying, it's absolutely that, there's no reason for you to walk around with the mask on.
Right.
He absolutely said that.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
And now he's kind of like, guess what? I just bought stock in N95.
Yeah, they prove that the masks don't work. But, hey, wear it anyway. It's fashionable.
It makes other people feel good. It's exactly what he said.
Oh,
It makes
did
other
he
people.
really?
That's exactly what he said.
Oh, my.
It makes other people feel good. You know what? It
Oh,
makes
my
other people
God.
feel good. You know what? Don't get me started. I'm just.
Don't.
I get bitter. I get
know.
bitter.
You become irrational.
Dude, it's like I pull testosterone out of the ether, and I just bring it to me, and I get enraged.
Yeah,
Right.
and you become the apex.
Oh, dude, my
He becomes a polar bear.
my
He
penis
does.
just gets
He becomes one of those seals you were talking about.
Right.
The
Leopard seal.
Architeuthis seal.
No, that's
Architeuthis.
not real.
Oh,
Squid.
sorry. Yeah.
The squid seal.
Squid seal.
Yeah, squid seal.
Squid seal with multi-row teeth.
Right.
Yeah, all right. Well, I like where
Nice.
this is going. Big slug.
Have you
with
guys?
tentacles.
Are you guys going to go see the new Avatar movie?
Oh my God! I heard that tanked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
haven't
heard
heard
it
anything
wasn't
about
do
it.
well at all.
I haven't heard it is tanked, but apparently a critic came out and claimed cultural appropriation.
Huh?
And they jumped all over this poor critic.
What culture did they appropriate?
Right. That's what they were saying. Oh, 9 feet, 9 foot blue people. They couldn't find a real 9 foot blue person to play the 9 foot blue person. It was so ridiculous.
I mean, what culture were they
Well,
appropriating?
and I guess the hair of the avatars is, I guess, braided. So I'm just assuming
That's stupid.
that they're talking about, African American hair or whatever. But
I believe the Native Americans braided hair as well.
right, they torched this. They absolutely torched this critic. And then the only thing the critic could come back with was, well, most of the people that I've made upset are white wing conservative people.
No,
you just hang around with your circle of friends and you're in the echo chamber.
Yes, I just think it's so funny that they just assume that anybody that criticizes them is a right wing conservative.
Misogynist, racist.
Right.
I heard that.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah, so I think we may, Julie and I may try to go see it sometime over the next, I don't know, week or so.
What's the Rotten
Oh, I have
Tomato
no idea.
score? Yeah, I
have
don't
no
know
idea.
either.
I just want to go to see the technology. Really?
It's a 4.5 on the Rotten. I'm sorry, 78% Rotten Tomatoes.
Which one, critic or?
Well, I thought Rotten Tomatoes 78%. What are you
Is
saying?
the critic. What's the user?
Yeah, there's 2 different ratings, right?
82%.
Okay, 82% critics. Audience was, scroll to the right for me.
Audience was 93.
82. Oh, 82 on both.
So
Oh no shit! The one I'm looking at. Hold on. You're looking at number one.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the original
Avatar:
movie.
The Way of the Water is 78 for the tomato meter, and the audience score is a 93. So
93.
yeah, that's what it says
Oh,
here.
very nice. Okay.
So actually, those are too high. So I don't know
that's
who I
really
was.
high.
I was talking to somebody about, and they said it had flopped. Or I was listening to something that said that it had flopped.
Yeah,
And
that was probably that
oh,
wanted.
I do know what it was. It was a Jason McDuffie. He was at my house.
Yeah, it's somebody that
That's what it
wants it
was.
to flop.
right.
I don't
Because
think so.
because 93% audience score is not a bad movie.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it's not a bad
I
movie.
don't care if it flops or not. If it's, and I want to go see it. I enjoyed the first one.
My son went and saw it. He had never seen the first one. He had no idea.
Oh well, I want to watch the first one with Julie because it's been a decade since I've seen it.
Yeah, for sure. And
So-
I saw it once.
Yeah,
Like,
I saw it maybe twice.
Yeah, I didn't.
But it's been 10 years since I've seen it, so I want to watch it again before we go see it. But I
a
want to
good
go see it because just the technology, because that James Cameron is on
Well,
the
they
edge.
have tons of technology and tons of money soaked into this thing
Oh,
to where
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? The amount of money they spent on it, I was thinking I was I'm like, why are they spending that much money on it? I don't get it. I still don't get it.
No, what is
You
it up
say-
to now? I mean,
Pardon?
usually movies were like 200 million. Like Titanic was 200 million.
I
Now
don't.
what is it? Like
No,
a billion?
I think
I mean,
they
what the
said
hell?
it cost Amazon to make the Lord of the Rings series $1 billion
Okay, that's retarded.
for an 8-episode TV show. $1 billion.
Come on.
A part of that was buying the rights to make it, which was $250 million. So that leaves $750 million for
$750 million.
to make that.
And they think they're going to make a profit on that.
How rich is Amazon?
Right, they don't care.
They're bringing people in, right? That's all it is. Bringing people in. I want to watch it. So they have new customers.
Right. And while you're watching the movie, check out our spatula collection.
Yeah. Correct. You know, look
Right.
at look at our
We have
our
an
spatulas.
amazing sale on humidifiers.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm trying to. Google
I don't
it
go.
real
I don't
quick.
go. I don't go see movies very often unless they're something like this, right?
Where it has to be on the big screen.
Yeah, you want to see it, and Brandon saw it, and he said it was good. He goes, I cried once.
In Avatar?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, he goes. This is my big 6'5", 270.
He is such a puppy dog.
And he goes, it was a big brother moment. He goes,
Really?
yeah, and he goes, and I cried.
And Dad, what? I cried.
He goes, maybe because I'm a big brother and it hit me different. He goes, but I cried. I was like,
Yeah,
all right.
you know.
I was
what?
like, whatever.
Dudes like us, we do cry in movies. I
Yeah.
do.
So
I'll
how much did
admit
it cost to make Avatar 2: The Way of the Water?
It was $6.
The Way of the Water likely cost well
Six-
beyond $250 million to make.
That's not
Um,
bad.
No, it's not. James Cameron has remained tight-lipped about the Avatar production budget, but initial estimates put it at around $250 million.
Okay.
However,
which means
various sources
And we're like, that's not bad.
no.
yeah, really.
He's tight-lipped about it because it's really 800 million.
Yeah, but he suggests that it's between 350 and 400 million. While both this movie and the original feature some physical sets, they also make series of use of computer-generated imagery. So,
$400 million to make a movie.
Probably at least another $100 million in advertising.
What is happening? What is happening? Why does money not matter anymore? Like,
For these studios.
mm,
Actually, it does matter because Warner Brothers are slashing movies left and right that were in production.
right?
Batgirl was done. They spent over $100 million on this thing, and it's like, we're not releasing it.
They just threw it away.
They threw it away
$100 million.
Because they knew it was going to be so bad that it was probably going to cost them money in the long run.
Wow.
Batgirl was done, made, baked, whole 9 yards.
who started that?
In
do you know?
movie or movie?
The movie. Yes.
Who was in it? There was actually they tried to recruit a pretty high-profile actress.
I don't know who the actress was, but I guess the new ownership looked at it and were like, this is going to kill the DC storyline. So they axed the whole thing.
Wow.
And they're doing that with many titles.
I'd be curious. Who was the actress that was in that?
Batgirl. Let me see here.
Leslie Grace.
I don't know who Leslie Grace is. Anyway, but they axed it, and it was done.
There you go. It's Leslie Grace. Brendan Fraser was that in it. Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of them. Yet Leslie Grace, Brendan Fraser. You guys know who he is, right?
Correct.
Michael Keaton, who used to be Batman. Ivory Aquino. Jacob Scipio, J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons is the guy.
He's the
on-
farmer's insurance guy.
Yeah, he also played in a movie. I recommend you guys watching on Netflix.
Whiplash.
Was he on Whiplash?
He was in Whiplash. He was the teacher. Yeah.
He was on in a series on Netflix, and I think it's called Mirror or.
Yeah, I saw the preview for it where there's a second world or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
that was
a second one.
Reality or world or something.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
So you live in this world and there's a whole nother world,
Right, an alternate universe.
alternate universe type of thing, and it crosses somehow.
a counterpart.
Counterpart. That's right.
It
It did look interesting.
highly recommended, man. I watched that about a month ago, Man, it was really good. I mean, because basically,
TV show or movie?
It's
It's a
Netflix. It's a series.
TV show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, this guy, he's a scientist. He's doing shit, and all of a sudden he does something with this equipment, and it starts creating the earth cracks in the building, and it exposes this little tunnel, and he goes over through the tunnel, and he walks to the other side, and he's walking in from the other side towards himself.
Oh boy!
So they're two carbon copies.
Opened a wormhole into the between
they're
the two universes.
So they're two worlds that are the same, and then then the butterfly effect happens.
Right.
There's a carbon copy. They're both at the same level, and then all of a sudden, shit happens, and he goes over to the other side because his son dies on one side, he doesn't die on the other, and he misses him. There's all kinds of drama.
Oh wow!
Oh, dude, there's espionage because there's it's a really fantastic movie. They did a very great job.
And what was the name one more time?
Counterpart.
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 But I also want to talk about Brendan Fraser.
He's in The Whale.
Yeah,
have you seen that movie?
A lot of weight.
What?
He gained a lot of
No,
weight.
that was
I think he was already
suit.
kind of fat.
That was a fat suit.
No, you remember? No.
That's
No,
a
there was
fat
a little
suit.
bit of a fat
Well,
suit in there.
yes, but you remember
No,
he was a hunk.
Well, he
Oh,
has
yeah,
gained
he was
weight.
well fit.
Well,
yeah.
he has gained weight and he's bald, but that's a fat suit on that. You could tell.
Well, I mean, it
He's
said
got
that
hair
it
plus
was,
weight,
But he did
too.
become a relatively bigger dude.
Well, he did, but he also lost the hair, right? He's older, just like all of us, right? But he didn't
Right.
get that fat, right? His hair, he should just give it up and shave it. Look at that. That's terrible.
Well, I mean, The Whale has. Well, it just came out, so The Whale is.
Looks like a depressing movie.
it's in the movie theaters right now.
It sounds like a
The
depressing
Whale?
movie. Yes.
Oh,
Well-
I thought it was a streaming only.
Well, it's a
type of thing.
5-star. It's a 5-star movie right now. I mean,
Yeah.
not 4.5, 5. I mean, it's.
Oh wow!
It's like they're saying that's like one of
It's
his
in
best
the
movies
movie
ever.
theaters.
It's a psychological drama.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out. It's out right now. It plays in the movie theaters right now. In fact, we can go to one if you want.
So what's going to happen now that movies are being released straight to streaming and we have all this competition for streaming?
Well, I also heard that.
What's gonna happen?
I heard that's going to be changing because I was reading an article where HBO Max, the new owners of that, are complete because HBO lost millions of dollars over the last several years, and that company because they were making movies and it was going straight to streaming.
Right.
They said that killed revenue.
Of course.
So the new management is like, we're done with that. We're going to release it in theaters,
Good.
and then because you're losing all that revenue.
Yeah, I think that's important. I don't think we want to take away the
Because
silver screen.
yeah, there's a lot of movies I think are going to stop doing. There's fewer now than there were over during the whole COVID time.
Yes.
Right. There's not as many that are doing that anymore. So you'll
Can you imagine if they release like Disney like the Mandalorian? Imagine if they release that in the movie theater as a series, meaning you have to go there for and instead of
every
having
week. I wouldn't do that.
well,
wouldn't
but
either.
just imagine what if they instead of every week, maybe a month, every month they put
I
out there's a
still wouldn't
2-hour
do that.
segment. But I mean, look at it. I mean,
And
People
maybe
get the fever.
Maybe you wouldn't buy a ticket for every show. Maybe you would spend, $35 for the series, and then you come back and watch it whenever.
well, I mean, well, look. My point is that what if they came up because every show is 45 minutes, whatever. I'm just making that up. What if they compounded like 3 episodes into one? Now you got a movie, and they just say, "Hey, come back next month."
Paying $15 a month to watch a show.
Dude, I'm just saying.
And there's 10 shows that you want to see.
And then at the end of the
No.
year they release it. and
So how many people do you think would find it worth it to go to the theater versus staying
the
at home?
argument is that HBO decided that they don't want to release straight to streaming.
Those are movies.
They are movies, but so is this. It's a
the
movie.
Whale, the
with
Whale.
The Whale. But I'm just saying. I'm talking about like
Mandalorian's a
Mandalorian.
TV show.
There's
a difference.
But if they were to break the TV, what if they say, "Hey, man, we're coming up with a 5-movie segment"?
Like 3 episodes.
3 movies.
I still wouldn't do it.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay for
I'm
because
in
right
the
now you
camp-
spend $15 a month and you get the entire channel. for the whole
Yeah,
month.
but what if that wasn't available? What if they took that away from you?
Right.
Well, then you wouldn't have a choice.
Well, I'm just saying, like right now, I'm not. Imagine they didn't have Disney that offered that,
right.
and just say now they have Mandalorian, and they instead of having. I mean, what if they took it as far as a promotional thing? Pretend that like the Disney doesn't exist,
And it may
and now
come to that. It may come
Well, that's
to
what
that.
I'm getting at. Is
And
that,
I don't know if I would do that though.
Well-
I may go without.
what if you're a huge Star Wars fan?
Yeah, but how many Star Wars shows they have out there? How often can you do that?
It could be a major dudes like us thing, not necessarily us, but it could be a dudes like this thing for
but
somebody
I know,
else.
But you got Mandalorian, you got Boba Fett, you got Andor, you got Obi-Wan.
oh my gosh,
Right.
Every
it's
single
never
time
ending.
you're doing
They're
this.
to capture you for one movie a month.
You can't. Not if you're doing 3 episodes. No, I would not do that.
I don't know, man.
I don't think it's
I
crazy.
think it's-
I don't think what you're saying is crazy.
I don't think
Sean,
it is either.
I think
but
it's
I think
feasible.
But
they would.
the cat's already out of the bag.
They would.
Streaming has already happened.
Yeah, they would lose
can't go
viewers
back.
as well.
I think
That's
we're at the point in
true.
life now where you can't go back from streaming.
But that's
People
true.
are expecting it. They're just flat out expecting
Well, but you know what? It's how you draw that line in the sand.
it. Yeah.
And
I
you
could
can
see
change
Disney doing.
things.
I could see Disney doing that.
Not necessarily Disney. It doesn't have to be Mandalorian. I'm just saying it could be
any
anything.
streaming.
I would go without.
Yeah.
I would go without because I can't financially support that.
Right.
That's
Because-
like going to the movie once a month.
Well, what if you have 5 shows you want to see and they're all like that?
And you're an addict and you need help.
Yeah. You want to do Game of Thrones. You want to do
Well, there's
Mandalorian.
nothing wrong with going to the movies once
you
a
want to do
month.
Breaking Bad.
Well,
Right.
then
You want to do this.
Right. No, I got you.
and look, and
there's
that's
5
fine.
shows you watch
But
every
it's
month.
just like any other movie. Once it's been out there for a year or two, it's going to come on disc,
Well, that's what
or they're going to stream
Well,
it.
that's what I mean. I'll wait.
Well, then that's the option.
That-
but if you want to watch it right now, then it's there.
No, I'd wait.
Well,
I
that's
think
what I'm saying. You put it in the movie theaters
Maybe
first.
I pick
I'm
one.
sorry.
No. I'm going back to my original thought. I don't think that they can. TV series can't make it to the silver screen, in my opinion.
That's what I mean.
Movies, yes.
Typically, the quality
Movies,
is not
yes.
there.
Yeah,
to
movies
warrant
can
that.
stay there, and it could be streaming and go to the movie theater because there are some people that prefer to watch things in the movie theater. Look at you. You're going to Avatar at the movie theater. And I guarantee it's going to be on streaming at some point.
Sure, well, I see
And you
2
can wait.
movies a year though.
Right, exactly.
I saw Top
And
Gun,
you're good
and
with
I'll
that.
see this. Yeah, I'm fine
And
with
you're
that.
good with that.
Well, we're good with that because we're given opportunity to do that, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was just posing it as
No, I see that.
an alternative.
Could it happen? Possibly.
I think it can.
Would I buy into that?
You may not.
Maybe one show.
I may not.
But if I have 5 shows that I want to see, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas. to
Merry
all of
Christmas.
you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Absolutely. So I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas break. It's going to be a couple weeks now.
Malakalikimaka is the thing to say.
Yeah, it'll be 2023 next time we talk.
That's right. It'll be 2023. Everybody should be excited about that. It's going to be the new year.
To you.
And we're going to catch you in the first week of January, I
Yeah.
hope.
We'll see if the Titans are still playoff bound.
They are. They will be. They're going to get bounced in the first round. But thank you very much, Jeff.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Actually, dudes like us signing off for 2022. This is Sean,
2022.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm Paul.
And I'm Jeff.
producer 2022, Mr. Austin.
Mr.
Thank you,
Austin.
sir.
All right. We'll see you next year.
Bye, guys.